Ball are going to play this ball game without Rod Higgins. He is not going to play tonight. He has a hyperextended left knee. As Mark Eaton, who is not a big part of their offense at all, knocks it away. Here comes Darrell Griffith. Beats Richmond with a strong dribble move. 10-8, 3.5 gone by. Stockton dribbling left side, the shot clock down to 10. Nice look to Mark Eaton. What a tremendous cross-court pass there.
It was.
33.6 minutes at night despite coming off the bench, and he is their second top scorer at almost 20 tonight as Richmond buries it over Darrell Griffith. Tough shot by Richmond. He makes his first two, and the Warriors lead 12-10. They do not stop Stockton there.
Well, you got to put a body on him or have somebody in front of him. We can't have him going all the way down the middle. He's effective enough as assists, man.
He is a very similar point guard in style to the guy the Warriors saw last night, Mark Wright. The Warriors were in the playoffs. It was the Jazz they played in round one. What a series that was. Richmond fires. The Warriors up 2. They played 6.5 of the first quarter. John Stockton finally beats Karl Malone for a bucket, and very quickly. Game tied at 16. First time the Warriors here this year. They've beaten the Jazz twice in Oakland. John Stockton has hit his first 3 shots on some solid penetration.
Well, they're putting Karl Malone and Mark Eaton out to the side, and they're kind of opening up the middle a little bit, and it's working right now.
The Warriors taking advantage of Karl Malone being bigger than Teagle, pulling him out, and Terry getting the rhythm jumper through from the top of the key. Teagle is at 3 of 4. He has 6 again. Stockton right up the gut.
Yeah,
and I think John, at the moment, Nate, will get Manute Bol into the ball game.
I think so. The middle was really open. Even if he has to do it with the players on the floor, somebody.
The rebound inside. Over to Garland, goes by. Stockton pulls up. And the rebound to Karl Malone, the NBA's Pitt leading rebounder. He's been slumping of late, though, on the boards. Dr. Duncanstein, Darrell Griffith.
That looked a little like the Duncanstein of old before he hurt his knee. Karl Malone is taking that wing position from him now.
Jazz take the lead back momentarily as Garland ties it. He just is an incredible power forward. He has 8 points. Bol's first shot of the game. Baseline, and Manute really likes the baseline shot much better than the top.
It's a good defense. You have to move the ball, and we're very adept at doing that.
Alford's 2 free throws give the Warriors the lead, but it is not for long as Bobby Hansen sticks at 3. Again, Rod Higgins, who has been playing so well, he had 20 points in last night's home win against the Cavaliers off the bench, and 15 tonight against the Clippers. Not playing tonight with a bad knee.
We're going to miss him. He had some very crucial 3-point shots last night and throughout the last month.
Mark Eaton already has his average, Nate, 6 points tonight. He's a great rebounder, though, number 7 in the NBA at 10.3 boards a game. Jazz up 6, and Hansen tries, or 3, and tries to make it 6, but Bol pulls down the board. Bol finds his buddy Mullen. Mullen leans in. Bol looks at it. He wants a 3. Got it!
Well, he's 2 for 2 tonight. I think we should look to him.
The year, and he ties the game. Bailey gets by Alford. Help out defense. He scores over Manute last night made up for a tough 3-point miss with a big block shot against Larry Nance as Mike Brown, third-year pro out of George Washington, who played his first 2 years with the Bulls. He was obtained in the Kelly Tripucka trade with the Charlotte Hornets, who really plays well off the bench. Teagle. It is 3-on-3. Nice block by Garland, who found Mullen. Reverse layup is scored.
Pretty heavy. Were there other players from the team at the party?
I think they were earlier, but at the time it happened, just the 2 of them were there as Bol blocks the driving Malone layup. 2-on-1, but Eaton is the 1. Mullen wisely pulls up and misses, but gets the rebound. And Les tips the ball, but Teagle has it. 6:45 to play. Mullen very cold to the ball game. Otis Smith trips, but Malone did not make him fall down. Teagle misses, and Malone the board. Here's Jim Les. Nice look to Bailey, and he beats Bol, but not for long.
Not really.
Bol recovers and blocks the shot. Teagle over Les. Warriors are shooting poorly now.
Nice play. Shouldn't happen, but a nice play. I think the Warriors on the other end are not, the cohesiveness that they had in the early going is not there. They're getting the shots up, but not the same way.
Jim Les is doing his John Stockton imitation here, playing well. Bol eyes his third three-pointer of the game, and he makes his second. Bol is now 2 for 3, and you were so right, Nate. He was not at all fazed by hitting the rim on the one he missed.
And I'm glad he wasn't. This shot, he was at least another foot and a half behind the line.
Manute has 8 points along with 3 block shots. The Salt Palace gets their first look at Manute's three-point shooting, and they're enjoying it at least a little bit. Bol blocks Malone and knocks him down, and they call a foul, do they? I don't believe they called a foul. It was a clean block. No foul
hope they did. A great
on
block.
Manute Bol. Timeout called by Jerry Sloan, as Bol was not called for a foul here, as he really met force with force and shut him down. Break there as Eaton was able to bat it off of Mullen. Warriors down 4, 50-46. Mullen is only 1 for 9 from the floor. Karl Malone misses the jam, but Eaton picks it up, and Malone goes again. Bol knocks him down hard.
Jump.
They call it jump.
Great ball. It was.
Ball.
It was a great block. It was a great. Well, he just got back in the ball game, but I think that obviously going to need some offensive production from him. Richmond has not scored in the second quarter after 6 in the first. Nate Les misses, rebound right out to guard, the Warriors break out. They have 2 trailers. Teagle on the jam brings the Warriors. Shot clock's at 3 for Utah. 2. And Bailey beats the clock and hits a long shot. Oh, that kind of
this ball game. Last night he was 8 for 19 against the Cavaliers.
Well, Les imitated John Stockton in that move. It was a real nice setup for Karl Malone.
3:25 to play in the half. The Warriors down 5. Richmond trying to take Griffith. His shot is short. Eaton tips the ball with the long arms. And the Jazz break out 3 on 2. Griffith goes in by himself. 2 of 11 from the floor. So the point
both of those have been layups.
The point you make is very good. The Warriors only down 10 despite getting very poor play from their 2 best players.
From the 2 best scorers, yes.
Here's Teagle on the pull-up over Farber. The Warriors have it down to 8.
Yeah, it's looking better together. It's a tough job.
That was a great pass there by Mullen to Terry Teagle. Teagle has 16 points. The Warriors playing a very solid early third quarter. But there, Karl Malone gives Jazz endangering his health. He got up to nearly 300 pounds.
But you know, the thing is, nice pass by Stockton. Is he going to keep the weight?
Playing some more pickup basketball. He worked so hard over the summer. His body fat, Nate, is down to 10%. It
sounded like he had a full-time job during the summer.
He did. He moved Mark Grable out to rim one more time.
I'd like to see that again. It looked like it would have come right down on top of the rim again. They're really trying to spread the floor out as people have been.
Sampson. Nice play. As Garland could have been possibly called for. Chases it down. Shot clock at 9. Stockton on the return pass from Malone as they reverse rolls there.
Yes, and everybody was kind of watching.
The ball to the forecourt following the steal. Bailey is open. Bol pins it. Ralph gets it again. 2 big blocks back-to-back by the Twin Peaks.
That was nice.
I think Manute got away with a goaltend there, Nate. I think he pinned it to the glass, though. A 3-pointer is made by the Warriors in the far.
No question, but he can be that runaway coach sometimes. I'm not saying out of control, but I'm great for the fast break.
Bol with a 30-footer, a good 2 strides behind the line. Stockton to Griffith. He has Malone, but he goes in by himself. And Don Nelson stops play. Malone with Thurl Bailey. That's their big front line. The backcourt, Stockton and Hanson. Eaton on the way in. Blocked by Bol, but Malone blocked by Bol again. What a tremendous play. Eaton is covering his head. Mark Eaton is hurt. He may have been poked in the eye. He is lying in the lane. They better watch out. They may trample him. Hanson, reverse layup. And Don is out of the game, replaces Eaton. Malone up over Bol. Bol got him again. And Eaton... Or Bailey, pardon me, on the second shot, but misses it. 2:50 to play. The Warriors are down 11, chasing the ball, extending on Stockton. Warriors all over the floor defensively. There's a charge on Malone.
No frustration setting in.
He is 4 for 4 in the third quarter. The Warriors down 9, and Malone makes sure that one is not blocked. And then he stares at Bol as he goes back defensively.
Well, again, they attacked the middle after throwing the ball around a little bit. Soft spot is in the middle.
Mullen, a 3-pointer blocked by Thurl Bailey. Alley-oop to Thurl Bailey by Bobby Hanson. Nelson wants in this ball game, and they get the offensive board on the 2 missed free throws. Again. Both guys got it. I think Ralph maybe more so from behind. I think possibly Don thought it was on Mitch because he went right at Mitch's defense. goes inside. Wilson, obviously, he has two. So Gary St. Jean is coaching the ball club, and he is the only assistant Don has as Bol makes the block on Thurl Bailey, as Sam Schuler has left the Warriors, and he is scouting, left the Warriors bench. He is scouting for the ball club. And on to the conference tournament going on. Inside, a foul is called. The rule is and how far they can extend. He runs the parameters of the rule. And oftentimes the officials just don't understand what he Nelson. Now we're within 3. Bailey is doubled upon catch. They knock his goggles loose. Shot clock at 3. Malone way out of his range. Baseline right. Made it anyway.
Well, I'd like to see that one been off, but that was a good shot by Malone. He's outside and inside.
He had his feet set. He was ready for it. He knew the shot clock was down. He had no other alternative but to fire. Warriors down 5, 103-98. Here's Chris Mullen, who is taking over the game in the fourth quarter. Over to Richmond, and he makes it. Boy, I tell you,
he can hit some pressure shots, can he?
And the Warriors gives the Jazz back a 5-point lead. Mullen off a Bol screen. Mullen has it back. Mullen, Larry, and Bol. Shot clock at 3 for Utah. 2, 1. Stockton with a 3-pointer. Eaton now has 10 boards. Malone puts it back. And the Warriors, who were down 2 with the ball moments ago. John Nelson ejected early in the fourth quarter. Teagle got it over Karl Malone. Perfect point guard, Stockton. Shot clock at 4. He called Stockton's number.
He's come alive at all.
Was very close. Stockton falls down. Garland beats him off the glass, and the Warriors still have hope. Down 9, but they have to really play a great final 90 seconds. They have to start extending the defense and go full court.
They're going to get a steal or two because Utah is really going to, play with the clock like they should do.
Shot clock at 12, 1:18 to go. Here's Stockton. Great free throw shooter, feeds Bailey. Explosive move. And the small 35.
That was a nice steal by John Stockton again on the block.
Here's Bailey to Malone, and this one is done. Karl Malone has 30 points, but it was John Stockton who was the big factor down the stretch.
Yeah, he was.
Great fourth quarter.
Good players will come and perform when it's crunch time. I think that Mullen showed that. He had a bad first half. He came back with a nice second half. Also Richmond, and John Stockton did the same thing for his team.
Thurl Bailey has 24. The Jazz will win their 7th in a row in this building. They'll go 15 games over 500, the most ever they've been over 500 in their history, even when they were the New Orleans Jazz back in the 70s. They are 38-23 overall.
When we were talking before the game last year, you mentioned they won 47, which has been the most for their career. When I was talking Hot Rod before the game, they really want to win 50 this year. And then